Yo, yo, what's good? What's good, everyone? Let me know if you guys can hear me good. Make sure you guys turn notifications on. Anytime I go live, you'll get notified. Some of you guys are already on that. What's good? What's good? Let me know if you guys can hear me good in the chat. Type in the chat if you guys can hear me good. Yep. What's good? What's good? Yeah, so gold's been, I've said this a few times, it's been in a pretty continuous state because of its inner trends. There's a lot of smaller movements that happen within this big trend that we've been in. Even when gold looks like it's super high and ready to go down or moving sideways, there's these inner trends forming on lower time frames that pretty much keep price in motion. So yeah, gold's been in a continuous state because it has multiple inner trends across different time frames that can emerge. And then like geopolitically, there's a lot of confidence around gold. Like overall, like you might be looking for bigger pullbacks on gold. There's been a few. There was one last night. Sometimes, or not even sometimes, like we've gotten a good example of it this year. A lot of times gold moves in a continuous trend without giving big pullbacks. That's usually when the momentum, when the demand, and the volume is really, really strong. In this case, meaning like the buyers are in pretty much full control without allowing price to give you like big retracements. So when, like I said this last night for anybody in the inner circle, when momentum and volume are high and demand is strong like this, gold can move in a continuous direction with like little to no pullbacks. This is happening because buyers are in control. The buyers are too strong. Every small dip and every big dip gets pretty much bought up instantly. And it's moving more one-sided. So when gold's strong like this, it's not gonna wait for you. There's just like, it's like pure flow. Even since last night's drop, and I sent you guys a signal twice. I sent you guys 2 signals on the drop, pretty much. If you're in my inner circle, I sent 3 signals. One of them didn't really hit. It moved quickly and then dropped, but after the once price dropped, so I sent a gold buy, 41.20, 41.15 area. That was like after price dropped down. That was literally like right here. I sent it right here on this candle. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, literally here. But if you look, like there was a buy here. There was another buy here. Since then, it's just pretty much been flow. It's just been flowing. Since the reversal this morning, like the price action has just flowed. Every pullback has gone up, continued, gone up, and continued, and it's continued. If you break it down to the 5 minute, and you're looking at all the pullbacks, even on the 5 minute, so like I just said, like every, gold is just very continuous right now with little to no pullbacks, like on the bigger time frames. If you drop it down to a 5 minute and you look at like a time like today where gold just has flow, it's just really continuous flow to the market. Even on the 5 minute, like since here, your 5 minute just holds the buyers in control. If you're good at seeing structure, maybe your eyes can see what I see, just how clean structure is, how the flow is just buyers. Once you get this low and you get this high and you have this low, after that it just flows with price. Some breaks, retests, breaks, retests, breaks, retests, breaks. When gold's in this state, I call it grinding up. Like I call it a phase that it's just grinding. So because I've seen this before, and it can do that. Gold is a vehicle, an instrument that can do that. It can have phases where it just kind of gives you, like I said, little to no pullbacks. And what I call it is like, what I'm used to it as is like price grinding up, just grinding. Eventually, like the more it behaves like this, you get these big drops that can happen. So we're going to talk about that. But you're basically one of these stages here where price is just grinding up right now. We were in that, like if we go over here, for instance, all of this, like little to no pullbacks, right? And then yesterday, you get this big drop. The biggest pullbacks have been maybe ones that have caught you off guard. Maybe ones that were unpredictable, big, fast. Because yesterday, price dropped 2%, a bit over 2%. It made like a $90 move. Last week, we had a move just like that, but bigger. Price dropped 2.8%. There was a $113 move down. You've had a few of those along the way up, and if you're in my inner circle, I've been talking about this ever since the first drop. Like if you go back, if you're in my inner circle, ever since this drop happened and this drop, I've been talking about this as it's been going on. So you've had now 4 drops like that. Aside from that, you've had like what gold could have done. Gold could have done this. Like what gold could have done is like reject the high and go down and then make another setup. But like if you look here, for instance, look what gold did. It made this high. It came down, came back to the high. It didn't break it. It made a bit strong move down. The same thing happened over here. Right here with this high. We came down, we came back to the high, we didn't break it, and we made a strong move down. That's something that could have happened here, but it's breaking the high now. So it's going to go on, make a new high, pull back, maybe bounce, and then try to like fail. Or just continuations, like look at what happened over here, for example. Like, see this high, low, price went up. It took out the high, but shortly after it took out that high, there was a sell down, and then it came into a buy. So if you look at what price did over here, strong bearish move down, took out the high. It still made more room, more exhaustion, like more expansion. So you'd be thinking like continuation, right? It's maybe replicating this right now, um, breaking the high, going on, gonna make a new high, making a new all-time high. Between now and like Thursday, there should be another big drop. You should get at least a drop like this, or even a big drop like this. You should get a drop between now and Thursday. I wouldn't chase price now. There's been plenty of opportunity already this week to chase it. Now that we're going to be going into like the middle of the week for the market, the only thing you can look at like in a situation like this where it's like, okay, we're all-time highs now, is like the first pullback price makes, like, and see if that sticks. Like, looks like, yeah, like if price does a decent pullback, you could try to see if that sticks. I wouldn't chase it so much up here, because now when we look back at the trend we've been in, anytime it's broken a high, a major high, it does go up more. Like, it usually continues, but then a major drop eventually comes in. Like, if you're looking for a continuation, it's like, okay, trusting maybe that first bigger pullback that happens. Like, it just broke out and did a pullback. This is a good market to be good at reading small time frames, but small time frames might not be the easiest to read in some cases. But if like you spend time, like I've spent enough time watching 5-minute charts, so I'm good at watching these pullbacks and reading them when they happen, these smaller ones. Whereas like most traders are comfortable waiting for a bigger time frame to pull back, which is normal. I'm very comfortable with that too. Like a 4-hour, waiting for a 4-hour to make a major pullback, or a 1-hour. I mean, when you look at the gold trend, we've had a few of those 4-hour pullbacks, right? Inside of these expansions though, inside of these moves, which is where majority of the time the market is spending going up. When you're looking at time and price, like time, like the time it spends moving up, all these hours going up, all these moves going up, there's a lot of inner trends on the 5-minute, 15, 30. That's where a lot of us are catching these moves, finding these moves. You look at yesterday, like if you were following my streams, I did say yesterday, you know, this, or even this morning, big drop. I did say that could happen. And like with price making an all-time high now, you could anticipate like at probably one more time this week, the market giving a decent sized drop or a correction. We've had a few of them along the way up. And these are pretty big moves that gold makes. These are like $80 moves that it makes when it's doing these drops. Like the $80 down, $76 down. Might have missed a little bit there, but like you're getting pretty much $80 move there, pretty much like an $80 move there, over $100 move there. Yesterday you had like a $90 move down. These are strong, aggressive moves that are just getting bought up. They started, you know, they really, like some of these down moves started in the end of August. But the trend really started in the end of August. If you go look at gold since the end of August, basically every pullback that it's done that you can like read on the chart, every pullback it's done has been bought up since the end of August. Every single pullback has been bought up. Understanding market conditions and opportunity windows, like not every market environment is the same. There are periods when the market is slow, choppy, difficult to trade. And then there are seasons of momentum when everything aligns. Trends, volume, volatility, direction, demand. So when those conditions appear, like how gold has been trading strongly all year, or you could say even especially the last 40 to 60 days, that's when disciplined traders who understand structure, trend, can make majority of their yearly profits in just a few months. Like over the last 2 months, gold has been consistent bullish and a bullish trend, barely giving deep pullbacks, just continuous momentum fueled by demand because of fundamentals. So if you understood direction and aligned your strategy with it, you don't need to force a trade every single day. You just need to trade with the trend and let the environment do like the work for you. Go with the flow. This type of market doesn't happen every month, right? But when it does, it's the window where you can multiply results faster because you're in sync with momentum rather than fighting it. So yeah, like most traders do chase consistency. Like consistency is key. Most traders chase consistency every day of the week or every week of the year. But true consistency comes from recognizing when the market itself is just providing you an opportunity. Sometimes it's not about trading all year. Sometimes it's just about trading right for the right period, right window. Sometimes it's about trading right for 3-4 months of the year with precision, patience, and focus. Right? It might like if you look at if you understand what I'm saying, you know, not every month is equal, but sometimes you get opportunities where in 1 month you'll get like a few months of opportunity, just like how gold's been trending nonstop. If you can recognize those windows when they're there, and that's why it's important to not, like as a trader or an investor, it's important to stay in the game. Like you can't just take a break and come back to this market and be like, okay, let's start trading. Like if you haven't been trading this year, or if you haven't been trading last 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, 6 months, it's like you've missed out on so much experience. Where it's like really things are made in these types of windows that we get throughout the year, maybe at times. Even with cryptocurrency, we could, gold's been a huge opportunity this year for traders. With the stuff that we know, the information that we know, cryptocurrency can provide even those same types of opportunity windows time and time again, where things are really just moving. So if you like taking time off, like like it's like my trading has led up to a lot of moments this year. I've been trading for 11 years, and I never took a day off, a week off, a month off. But all of that's led up to moments like this year, where it's like recognizing what's there, the opportunity window, being able to be aligned with what's really there, right? That's when I made a good bag today, so getting my motivational speech out. It was a good day. It was a good day. Well, I was able to flip $5,000 to $30,000 in this past 2 weeks, and then $1,800 now to $13,000. So it's pretty good week, and it's Tuesday. I'm like I could just chill, TBH. Wait for like. If I'm looking for another trade, it's like, okay, do we stay above this high? Like, do we maintain the high on this first pullback that the market's sort of giving? Otherwise, I'm just waiting for that big flush out, like another really big pullback. Like, if I'm taking another trade, it's maybe like seeing if the market maintains this high, stays above this high. I caught a huge swing that I'm still holding. Like I'm holding trades from down here. So I caught a really big trade. I could maybe see the market bouncing if it's going to continue. If the momentum is going to continue, like the pullbacks usually get bought up. If it doesn't, it'll go into probably like a bigger retracement. Maybe try to even take out see these lows down here. If this area is not respected, it could maybe try to come down, take these lows out before finding another setup. I don't know. Market's strong right now. It's Tuesday night, like we're Wednesday for the market, going into Wednesday. If I was looking for continuations, it's like thinking if we can stay above this high. Maybe scalping, like I wouldn't be heavy risk this high. I wouldn't go like heavy risk this high. Like down here was an opportunity this morning. Anybody who was on the session this morning, like I did call it out. Like I called out the exact move this morning on stream. That was a pretty strong move that we got this morning. Market held the low. Like we was looking at this low right here. And it's like this is what I said after. You sometimes you just gotta not fear the dips. Don't fear the dips. So you never know. Like the time you put in could lead. Like the time you put into this market, like put on spending, learning it, understanding it, could lead you to a moment down the run, a year from now, 2 years from now, 4 years from now, 8 years from now, where there's a lot of market to go, right? The markets are always going to be here, right? I mean, even if you just look in the last like 2 weeks, there's been four really big opportunities in the last 2 weeks. One was pretty much today with these drops. If you're a seasoned trader, you're not a day trader, you're not a scalper, you're the type of person who's waiting for these drops in this type of trend. Like if you're a seasoned trader, maybe you're more of a swing trader, you're waiting for, like you're more sitting on your hands type of strategy, waiting for the market to actually make these types of drops, right? Personally, I'm not trying to catch these types of drops. Gold's in a place where it's like a drop could happen, like we just made a new all-time high. So it's like it could keep trying to grind up a bit more, but like soon enough it could try to dip down. Like typically when we make a higher high in the structure, we're gonna eventually go on to, you know, we're gonna eventually go on into a sell, right? Like a correction. If you're like a seasoned trader, you can spend time watching the market, waiting for these types of drops. If you go look at gold since the end of August, every drop that it's given has turned into a buy. Every drop, especially the last four here. I think for buys, you have like maybe one more potential setup up here. Like it's high up right now. It's pretty high, so it's in a better spot to wait for the market to dump. Like last night. If anyone watched gold last night, you already know. Because now it's making bigger drops. Like it's turning to 80. I remember when we were getting those like back over here too. Beginning of the year, gold was trending like this. The whole beginning of the year. It wouldn't drop as fast, but gold would make these really big drops in the beginning of the year. And let's see. You see almost 2% there. But look at the difference now. Like those were $40 drops. Not as fast either. $36. So along the way you have to adapt to volatility too, because volatility is high. I made a video on my YouTube before, like I made a video on my YouTube, guys. Well, I think I put it in Discord. Talking about how this year is going to be different. Maybe like 3-4 months ago, I made a video talking about, you know, with Donald Trump being president and stuff, how ever since COVID, and all these wars and stuff, volatility on gold has increased. I talked a lot about like 3 months ago. Like, come on, like, bruh, go watch that video. Go watch that. Like, I gave you guys the playbook this year. Go watch that video. I talked about tariffs, gold versus Bitcoin comparison, Donald Trump, Ukraine, Russia, COVID, volatility, how volatility is gonna rise, and you have to learn to adapt to it. Because if you look at the beginning of the year, all the pullbacks were like $50, $40, $36, $28, $57. There's a big one. As the market has gained more momentum over the year, the volatility has increased. Because in the last 12 months, gold has added $10 trillion to its market cap. So then you start getting these like $78, these $64, these much, much bigger drops on gold that at times might have shook some traders, surprised some traders. Like here, gold dropped $123. Gold dropped $114 last week in a couple hours. That took like a couple days, right? So volatility has been seen for gold. Like here, gold drops $117, and then it drops totally $214. So there has been, like, if you go to the summer and you look at a lot of the drops in here, there's been some very big drops on gold. So you look at last night, there was a $90 drop, $100 drop. So like, if you know the trend, yeah, it's all time high. It's exciting. We're super bullish on gold, right? But you got to be kind of careful at these spots now, and wait for bigger pullbacks. Wait for stop losses to get hit. Like it's above this high now. It's like it's breaking the high. It just printed a new all time high. So it's like you'd have to try to see if you're trying to trade this. Like you want to see if it stays above like 4,168, 4,175 area. That's for like the shorter term price action, smaller time frame price action. It could remain above there, go for another extension up. Eventually that drop will come in, probably this week. Pretty good move on gold though. Pretty interesting year it's been, let's just say. But yo, real talk, like this is like a market to gain that experience. Think of it like farming, like a farm. You know, you don't harvest all year. You wait for like the right season. So when that season hits, you go all in. There could be the right seasons that hit, right? And this year we've had it with gold. Like not every month gives you equal opportunity, but sometimes you'll get a few months. Like sometimes you'll get a few months made, like how gold has been trading nonstop and trending nonstop. Someone asked about flipping. I flipped an account this week. Flipped 2 accounts. Flipping an account. Someone asked last night how to overcome emotions and psychology when trying to flip an account. I gotta update this, but I flipped. I think I posted it somewhere. I forget where. I don't know where I posted it, but this account, one account, small account, pretty small account. Now it's at. Let me see. Now the account's at $12K at least. Yeah, now the account's at $12,300. So now the balance is at $12,300. So I flipped this account, $1,800. Pretty small account, I would say. So I'll risk $1,800 sometimes on a trade. So like at one point on this flip, I was in like an $1,800 drawdown, even more probably. At one point, I was in some pretty big drawdowns. So that I think I posted the other one too in this account. This one's at like 27,000 right now. Yeah, like if I close my trades, $27,670 if I close my trades. Flipping accounts, It's not gold. Like I said, gold. It could, like I said, it could stay above this high potentially. Like there's strong demand. So like if you're trying to see if that demand continues, it's this. I'm not trying to pick off any tops. I'm only like personally like favoring like bullish setups. That's all I've been doing since like end of August, especially middle August. Maybe we stick above that high. Like that's all I see for now. Me personally, like with gold, like I've just been looking for buys. I called out a buy. Like I called out a buy here yesterday, and I called out a buy here this morning. So I'm only sticking with like the bullish. I'm going with the flow basically. Like there's been flow to go with. Like if you look at here, like look right here, you had a good setup there, right at 41.50, $4,150. Notice to the left here, like gold's very identical with price action. Makes the same move right here, and then it goes up. You have a lot of you have good flow here, like break and retests happening. Break and retests. You have a few. There's good flow here. Like you, if you didn't catch the bottom here, you could have found. Look right here, like if you have good eyes here, here, or even here, like there's three possible entries after the bottom was printed here, where it's just going with the flow, like one here, and then here on this breakout. Either you're more aggressive scalping, trying to see if the trend continues on the smaller time frames, or waiting for a bigger flush out, waiting for the market to maybe go up, make some resistance, flush down. Like look what it did last night. Let's go 30 minute. Look at it. Took out like all these lows last night. We'll go a 15 minute. Like one can't, like last night took out this low, this low, this low, this low, this low. Like you took out all this right here. So it needs to build, like it's building up a trend line here, or it needs to build up even some support. It's building up a trend line there. Last night, one move took out all of these lows. So yeah, like I said, only thing I really see would be like if we stay above $4,168, $4,175. Like if gold's gonna continue with momentum, you could form some support here on the smaller time frames. I want to see how like gold chops around the next couple hours. Like if it forms support here and ends up coming down, like there could be other setups in London or New York tomorrow. Wait, sit on your hands. The market, like gold, it's showing you if you wait even for these types of moves. They can be unpredictable, but they not really. It's usually like this type of move comes in when the market's making like an all-time high and it's expanding. Maybe we just maintain the high. But yeah, flipping an account, emotions, psychology. When you're trying to flip an account, if you're trying to flip an account, emotions can kick in fast. So greed, fear, excitement, maybe pressure. Yeah, pressure. So the key is understanding that the psychology behind account flipping is maybe completely different from normal trading. You're taking higher risk when you're flipping an account, so you need to accept the possibility of loss before the trade. Once you accept that, you lose your emotions lose like that power over you. So I'd say like flipping an account, detach yourself from the outcome. When you're trying to flip an account, you're either multiplying or maybe even you're either multiplying or potentially losing that account or somewhat like a good chunk of that account. So trade with acceptance, not attachment. If you're scared to lose it, you'll manage it emotionally instead of logically. So that would be one tip, like trade your plan, not, your emotions. Like, don't trade what you hope. Trade your plan. Trade like setups, not what you hope the market's going to do. Decide your lot sizes, your risk. Decide your risk, your stop losses before even entering like a trade. I would say also like flip with purpose, not desperation. Like, don't be desperate to flip your account. Flipping an account is like a challenge or a test. I wouldn't make it your main strategy. If you attach account flipping to like your main strategy, you'll maybe have more emotions take over in your trading. So yeah, I would say like flip with, don't be desperate to flip your accounts. Kind of like a challenge. Like, the first trade or trades like matter. The first setup, like if you're trying to flip an account, the first setup really matters. Like if you're starting $1,000 account, getting something meaningful out of that first trade is key. That first setup. And what you're risking to get that, to make it meaningful. If you're risking $100, if you're risking $200 on that first trade, yeah, that's like 10-20%. Unless you're like scalping, you're able to scalp like me and some of the students in my inner circle. And you're able to take like 50 trades in a day. Unless you're like a robot, like some of us. Like, it might be hard to do it, risking 1, 2, 3%. It's lot like flipping account. It's kind of like a challenge, a test. It's about that first trade matters, and what you're risking on that first trade. If you're risking $200, $100, $300 to try to make a good profit, because you need to have like a good profit on that first trade. You need to make like, if you're risking if you have $1,000 account, you need to try to make like $200 on that first trade, $300, $400, $500 if you can. Like a decent amount, right? So then you can go on to the second trade with some risk. Like, it's all about the setup, I think. And with gold, it has volatility. So it's about being patient for the setup, lining the setup with the risk. I mean, gold, in this environment, gold has given a lot of opportunity for flipping accounts, like just in the last like 40 days. This week, like some people in the inner circle flipped some accounts this week. This $1,000, $3,000 profit, that's 300%. Here's a flip similar to what I just did, 1,000 to 6,000. We had another person do 1K to 12K. They posted the other screenshot in Discord. Like, look at these trades, for example. Like, they posted the other screenshot, I think, somewhere in Discord. Like I said at the beginning of the session, gold has offered a lot of opportunity this year. Like, there's been some crazy flips that even I've seen and been like, what the hell? Let me find it. Like, gold's given opportunity like this. This was in 1 week. But look at some of the trades. Let's go back here. Look at some of these trades. This is like the first half. Look at the lot sizes. Held it to $4,000. Like, gold's giving us momentum like this. This is why it's, good to be knowledgeable. Stay on top of things too. Like, not take a break from things. Like, stay in the game, because you never know when it's like the opportunity really rises. Yeah, 1,000, 11,368 profit, 12,000 balance. I don't know what the balance is now, but I don't know if there's an update. But this was like a couple days ago, from last week. There's probably people in US here in the chat. You could ask them. Gold scanner. There's going to be another section for the gold scanner and the other tools on the classroom soon. Buddy, you know, some things, I'm not always right, but usually I am. Exactly what I said happened. Flash crash, maybe we get like a flash crash, like that could be a scenario, or like, because the demand's there, it's like the tide is there. Look at it's even just kind of hovering above here. Wait for the next crash. That's where it's like, if you're up, like I'm up, I could stay flat right now and just chill. Do we have NFP this week, or is the government still shut down? We have NFP this week, right? Like, does it drop before NFP? I don't know if we're do we have NFP this week or no? No, we don't, right? We don't. So that's kind of a good thing. We got some news Thursday. Thursday's got news. We don't have NFP, right? Did we get NFP yet? No. Pretty sure we didn't. Yeah, no. Oh, NFP for Thursday, October 23rd. Okay. Yo, that's a spicy week right there. Yeah, a lot of news that week. NFP, no NFP. That's so interesting. Gold's probably gonna go up until closer to NFP. Like gold's probably gonna keep going up until NFP. Because it dumped before NFP, but then we didn't even get NFP, remember? Remember how it dumped before NFP? But then we didn't even end up getting it? So I'm thinking, like, I've been thinking, like, there's probably going to be a dump before NFP. But now we don't have NFP this week now. I just noticed that. It probably will continue its trend until NFP. Even if we get drops inside of that, probably continue its trend until NFP. It's my opinion. October 21st is like an interesting day. October 21st. Tuesday, October 21st is like a payments innovation conference with the Federal Reserve. This is an interesting day. Bridging traditional finance with the digital asset ecosystem. You got the co-founder and CEO, Chainlink there. We have some names some of you guys might notice. Stablecoin use cases and business models. Paxos. Circle president. AI and payments. CFO Coinbase. Stripe. Web3 and digital assets, Google Cloud. Kathy Wood of ARK. Tokenized products. CEO Franklin Templeton. Founder CEO DRW. CEO of BlackRock. And then closing remarks by Governor Christopher J. Waller. Agenda is subject to change. Last updated today. This is all after. So this is coming right after everything that just happened in crypto, like what we just seen. We still have future fundamentals that are interesting, that show innovation. Innovating the industry, bringing together leading industry experts to share perspective on the evolving landscape of money and payments. This is interesting. Chainlink, Paxos, some names there I notice. And especially after what we just got in crypto, the biggest liquidation ever. Now it's not the worst day Bitcoin has seen, but everything seemed to be a misunderstanding. Like China had posted China had already posted news about its exports and stuff for rare earth minerals. 26 hours later, Trump tweeted something about it. So it wasn't like the market. China had its news come out and the market didn't react to anything. But then Trump came out with his tweets and then the market completely had a crazy moment. Apparently, this whole China Trump thing was a misunderstanding. And now they're going to be meeting. Yeah, now they're actually going to be meeting. Elon Musk is pro crypto. Again, Elon Musk talking about crypto energy. So if anyone ever asks you, Bitcoin, like how much does it take to mine a Bitcoin right now? I might have to ask, how much does it cost to mine one Bitcoin right now? I don't know how much it costs right now to mine one. That's from 2024. There's a mining cost for Bitcoin because it's energy, electricity. So it costs Bitcoin's at least worth what it costs to mine. I remember seeing like $70,000. Let's see if I can find on Google. But yeah, this is similar. Like we've talked about this. Like mining one Bitcoin. Like look here. If anyone tells you, like here, for instance, how much does it cost to mine one BTC right now? It's not a fixed number. It depends where you are. Electricity costs, how efficient your hardware is, cooling, operational overhead, and mining difficulty, but I can give you a rough estimate. This is just asking ChatGPT what I can find right now. Just real quick search. Yeah, there's electricity costs, hardware efficiency, all that stuff even costs money to maybe mine more efficiently and cheaper. On the low end, if electricity is very cheap, right, per kilowatt, the electricity cost alone might drop to 30 to 60,000 per BTC. Still, that's like before like all the overheads and other hardware efficiency costs. In the U.S., using a commercial electricity rate at 13 cents per kilowatt here, that corresponds to about USD 111,000 of electricity cost per BTC. There's some other sources that cite this. Mining one BTC is going to cost you. It's going to cost you at least tens of thousands of dollars, right? So, like, if someone says Bitcoin isn't worth anything, it's worth at least what it costs to mine, in terms of energy. So it takes energy to create more of it, right? More energy. It's already expensive to create too. It's not like the dollar. We've talked about this a few times where in 2020 the market had a crazy crash. Now the 2025 crash was like way bigger in terms of money, how many people got wrecked, but the feeling was the same. The percentage actually in 2020 was crazy. Bitcoin dropped 51%, I think, in one day. It was crazy. It was like March 12th. Bitcoin's price dropped, yeah, or it was 40%. Bitcoin dropped in a day here during COVID. And in a 2-day span, it dropped 52% in 2 days. Bitcoin dropped 51% back in COVID. Like, if that happened, like a lot of people, we're all saying, Bitcoin crashed the other day, yes, but it's like, yes and no. Like, it came right back to like 116. Yes, it did crash. But in terms of like what happened, it was more like leveraged long traders, like liquidations. It's like anyone who's like just a spot Bitcoiner. Let's just say the only thing in your portfolio is Bitcoin, and you're just a Bitcoiner, and all you've been doing for the last year, or 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 or 5, or however long is just buying Bitcoin. You're not looking at yet the drop as something, terrifying or, abnormal. Like if you were just a Bitcoiner, 100% Bitcoin, or 90% Bitcoin, and then maybe 10% spread out elsewhere, you wouldn't be sitting here like panicking probably. You'd be like, okay, it's down. You'd probably be looking at this as a buy the dip situation. Even if it goes down, you'd probably be looking at it as another buy the dip situation, right? So it's like what happened was a lot of manipulation. That said, if you go on, there's a lot of research you can do. We'd probably have to have another session about this to go into all the research, because there's a lot of stuff we can dive into. But altcoins took a hit. Leverage traders took a hit. I lost some money on leverage trades. Was able to swindle some back so far because of Solana and Dog with Hat. I was able to buy Dog with Hat at 38 cents. I was quick. I was like, it was a moment. It was a moment. Holy, because I lost over $50,000, but then was trying to act fast on this and Solana and Ethereum. I ended up buying those and bounced back a bit. It's good. It was a fast moment though. But Bitcoiners are fine. Ethereum holders are not that bad either, right? Solana holders aren't too terrible. Like, depending on where the most of your eggs are, what basket your eggs are in, most of it, like, you might be feeling more pain than some others, but most people a lot of people got wrecked. Like, a lot of traders got wrecked, like 1.6 million traders. I know we talked about it on our last session. In COVID, like, XRP, for instance, made a pretty big move down. XRP went down a lot. I remember XRP in COVID, man, it was pretty bad what it did. This thing went from 34 cents to like 10 cents. So imagine, like, here's COVID, XRP. During COVID, XRP had a day it dropped 40%, but during COVID, XRP was down like 66%. It went from 34 cents to 11 cents. So a lot of alts did that same move. Now the liquidity was way, 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 way higher. Like, XRP dumped crazy, 44% there. A lot of people are comparing it to what happened here in terms of like the movement, like how much price moved. Because at that time, like, anyone who was leverage trading, like, if you were leverage trading at that time, it would have been like a similar scenario, because all the altcoins during then, if you were leverage trading in that period, it would have been a similar instance. Like, all the coins were down in that period. But it's interesting how, like, we got the rate cuts coming, and then October 21st, this is an interesting event. I see this and I'm like, whoa, what is going on here? Payments innovation. This has to deal with crypto, the blockchain, AI, tokenized products, stable coins. Like, this seems interesting here. It's happening in literally like 7 days, 1 week from now. But yo, That knee. Yeah, my knee been working overtime. Flipping dip. NFP was supposed to be the first week of the month, but it got postponed because the government shut down. So they've been just postponing it. It says here now it's, what is that, Thursday? I don't even know where it went. Yeah, gold's still maintaining that high. Like I said, it might try to just maintain here, stay above. Probably going to wrap it up in a few minutes, yo. If there's any quick questions, let me know. We're going to get off in a few minutes. Gave you guys the buy this morning. Gave you guys... Oof, I told you guys, this the smartest way to trade gold in 2025. It's funny, because in that video, I'm talking about the dips. Like, in that video, I'm talking about the dips. I'm talking about the drops, the drops, the drops, the drops. Right? Keep talking. Oh, look at my little haircut. I'm talking about all the drops in those. Buy the dip scenario. Alright. Yeah, if gold stays above this high, like I said, it could make continuations. I'm going to be on in the morning for Inner Circle tomorrow. I gave you guys the buy this morning. There was a couple setups. I'll monitor the charts tonight. I threw a signal last night at like 3:40 in the morning. London session. So I'm going to be up for London session tonight and see where the market's at. I'll tag you guys if I see anything. I'll tag y'all if I see anything. Don't fear the dips. Don't fear the dips, alright? Buy or cry. I mean, it's not the first time Bitcoin's gone sideways like this. Like, it chopped around. Like, Bitcoin spent a whole chopping series here. It's not the first time it's gone pretty sideways now. And spent some time. There's support here. Like, Bitcoin's been pretty sideways, ranging up and down now. Are we going to hold here, bounce back up to the highs, go back to 120, maybe 123 into the highs? Or one more shakeout. There could be one more shakeout and bring us back to like 100K, or even maybe try to go below 100K. Like, we've been above 100K now for some days. 160 days now. So we could maybe make support here. Like, we have a strong support here. There's a lot of liquidity probably there. Like, so if it tries to go underneath, like, see what happened over here. There was a lot of support here, but then ended up breaking that. Ended up breaking that support, but then going for the move up. So, like, probably that would be the worst case scenario. If it breaks the support, then it would go for like an extension down and then try to make a move up and continue the trend. Take out all the liquidity. If this support doesn't hold, it would take out all that liquidity, then try to find another move. That would be worst case scenario if Bitcoin does drop, probably for alts. But right now we've been holding above 100K and above that previous resistance, turning into support here. Yo, gold's still holding. Should have just took some buys. It's a very inner market. This is like an inner trend market. So, you know, you'd be wanting this price action to go up, to maybe stick, hold here on the 5-minute, 15-minute. It could potentially. We'll see. We'll see. It's Tuesday night. We still got some days in the week to maybe look for 1 or 2 more signals. Got some time. There was a fire buy this morning, guys. Price came right to 4,100. Literally tapped down to $4,100 on the dot. And that thing ripped up all day. It's still going up as we speak. That would be short-term scalping. Like, if that doesn't hold, don't get too emotionally attached to it. Like, wait for the big drop, because I still think we could get one. But we're above this high. Like, we're staying above this high, so might hold. Might try to stay above the high if price is just going to remain super bullish. If not, wait for London session, see where price is, or New York tomorrow. Like, we still have some trading time. Remember last week, there was a big drop Thursday last week. But yo, we're going to wrap it up. There's going to be videos explaining the scanner and the indicators and tools coming up soon. But yo, let's see what happens tonight. Stay patient. There's still a lot of time left in the week. The only thing I see that could be like reliable right now would be like I said, where did my chart go? Like, if you're looking for some, maybe a continuation, is if price like stays above the high. It could try staying above the high. Nah, that's not the only setup. Like, don't limit yourself to just that one move, because if that doesn't hold, there's going to be entirely another setup probably. But yo, I'm wrapping it up for the night. There's going to be videos. There's going to be like a whole boot camp and section in the classroom on the scanners and different tools inside the inner circle. But yo, I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, that knee moving. Yeah, my knee's been moving. Yo, my knee's working hella overtime right now. I scalped back, like, I lost 50K on crypto the other day. And I literally scalped back like over $30,000. So yeah, my knee's been working overtime. Was literally scalping. I'll show you right now. Like, was literally scalping back like moves. Like, took a fat L, but I've literally been scalping back moves the last like 2-3 days. Like, last like 3 days. Got cooked. So I literally like have, there's still some open, look at, see here, wait, look at, oh yeah, right there, 3,000, 3,000, 2,900. There's like 3, 6, 9,000 profit right there. Literally been scalping back. This was literally at 40K the other day. If I close, it's 76. Yeah, scalped back like almost like. Yeah, knee's been working. It's working over. It's literally right now. Knee's been working overtime. This is kind of, I wouldn't say it's risky because it follows the trend, but it's high up. Like, we know price is in a stage where it could go for a flush out. So still a good setup that could potentially go with momentum. If it doesn't hold, if price makes a bigger move down, like, it's gonna be probably a buy the dip scenario. But yeah, price is above this high. Maybe stays above there. But yo, 7:30. I'll be on in the morning, 7:30. Oh yeah, tough. Tough. We gotta risk it for the biscuit. I'm trying to hold some swings. I'm gonna close this Solana. Like, I'm gonna make sure I don't have some liquidation price. I'm probably gonna get a whiff in Solana and restart. Like, I'm trying to build some swings up, position for some swings. Aster, I'm probably gonna try to swing. Just gotta stay sharp. Like, after a loss like that, where is it? Like, I'll show you. Where is it? After a loss like that, you just gotta stay sharp. Gotta stay sharp. Stay focused. Can't let the emotions take over, because like there can be opportunity that arises on a loss like that. Where is it? Boom. There you go. It's already pretty much made back that. Or like if it's a 45,000, 36,000. I gotta calculate. Rough times. So yeah, I've been scalping back like a measly 30K. I'm gonna come back. Like I'm still up overall, but that was like a good little setback there. Not really, but like damn, had to happen. Like, and it's like it's like I got robbed. It's like pure manipulation. Aster below $2, I think, is like a steal. So like I'm trying to swing trade Aster this year. Well, I'll really position trade it to like $3 would be my target. But I'm gonna have a bigger position than that at that point when I'm like, I've been getting in and out, buying pullbacks. Like these positions I'll probably close soon. The market's popping right now. I'll probably close some of these and let the market pull back and rebuild, restart the trades. Cause like I feel like it's like, man, like I look at situations where I haven't been I've been liquidated once before, but I don't keep an amount in my account that I know I can't bounce back from. Like, I'm not gonna keep like 300, 400, 500K in my account. I'm not gonna keep like a number I can't bounce back from. I'll keep 50K, 60K, 70K in my account, because I know I can fund it and make half of it back, if anything, quickly. Because like if a situation like the other day occurs, there's probably an opportunity in there to maybe bounce back from. So it's like, for me, it was like a moment like not to stay like emotional, try to like stay sharp. These I'm gonna close because like they're pretty big. Some of them are pretty big positions. Like Solana, 428 Solana long. For the account size, I mean, that's pretty decent. Yeah, that was rough. It's pretty rough. I gotta get back. I had like 1.5-ish big. I gotta get back to where I was. Nah, I'm gonna get back to where I was and more with that account. Shit happens. At least I'm pretty impressed for myself that I was able to like scalp back like literally like over 30 G's so far, just in like since the day. So I give myself a little pat on the back for that. If I get this to 80, rebuild again, like the market's at some low points where it's like I could start some swings for ETH compared to where it was. And I'm trading heavy, so I don't need that. But the one I'm trying to swing is Aster. Aster's the coin I'm trying to swing. If I can swing that, that could make that's where I get that back. Or of course with what's Hype at? Hyperliquid. Hype, was thinking about Hype too. Hyperliquid, what's that at? 39. That might be an interesting coin too. Yeah, that's that. That's that. But yo, I'm out. I'll see everybody in the morning, 7:30. Oh yeah, it's all good. I'm up on gold this week too, so it balanced out a bit. It's like not not but yeah, not really. It's like portfolio's down. Got wrecked like 50K. Yeah, gold's pulling back, so let it pull back. It doesn't look like it's gonna bounce here now. Looking like it's getting ready for the pullback now. Yeah, so let gold pull back. Like if you're in trades, like let it pull back now. Looks like it's getting ready for dump. Let it dump. Let it go for the flash crash. London, maybe like 2, 3 in the morning. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Or I'd say like 1:30, 2 in the morning. I'll be on tomorrow morning. I'll be on in the morning for New York though. I'll be streaming New York 7:30 a.m. like I was this morning. We'll be on for 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. Here. There we go. Bam. All right, we'll be on for New York though. All right. Like will come down. If I send a signal and maybe it's in New York, we'll see. We'll see. Cause last night gold dumped this much, so if it drops, right now it's dropped like $20. It could drop down like down to here even. Stay patient. Don't fear the dips though. I'll see everybody on next stream.